name is Byron Jenkins, and I will be giving you an introduction to Xcode. I made this video specifically for the students of CIS 3513, Introduction to iOS Application Development. Um, what we're going to do is get started. We're just going to create a new Xcode project. This application will just be a single view app. You can name it anything you want. We're just going to name it Demo, and it won't have any testing at all, and the language will be Swift. By default, my project is under source control. Basically, if I add any changes, I could push and pull changes from GitHub. Well, any source control site that you use, but I use GitHub. So basically, start you off with a template. On the left side here, you'll see, if you look at this diagram, you'll have the navigator area. So as you can see, they give you Xcode when you create a new project. It gives you template files to work with. I'm going to click on the main storyboard. I'm going to show you guys how to add objects like a text field or a button to the application. So the objects is right here. Let me show you what Xcode I'm using. I'm using 10.1. You might have an older version. In the case that you do have an older version, I believe that it'll be under the objects library, be under here and here on the right side. And let me show you the preview again. That'll be in the utility area. Okay. So we're gonna click on the objects, drag it over here, and you can just scroll through to see what objects that they have available. Or you can search. What I want to add is a text field. You see it's already right here. And you just click and drag. So you're going to drag as a line and align it to the center. And utility area, and you click on it. Give you information about that object. So say for instance, if I was to drag a button onto there, it'll give me details and information about the button. So I could change the button to okay. Right here, change that to hello world. And you'll see that be placed right there. But what I don't want is a text field, because that's what you type in. For simplicity, you'll just add a label. So just a static text. So we can change it right here to hello world. And here you see you can change the attributes of this text field. You can change the alignment of it. It could be center aligned. You can change the font size. You see, so you can add your customization to it. So you could do it from here, or you could do it in code as well. So this is the objects library. I want to emphasize this is the objects library. You could grab objects from it, from like stepper, stack views, or views in general, like images, text, scroll, view controllers. So this right here, what we have here is open this side up and get rid of the navigator area. See, it'll tell you what's on the storyboard. You see you have the view controller, and inside this view controller you have the view. So if I was just to delete it, there's nothing there. It's just a view controller that holds the view. So if I just hit Command Z just to undo that, you'll see that everything is just back. So in here is a view, and inside this view you have the safe area. Well, what the safe areas really is basically basically it doesn't overlap. You leave space for the battery and the time. If you don't want to show that in your application, you could just go to, I believe you just go over here and you click on the project itself, and you see status bar style. It has default, and under here you have high status bar. But I just leave it as it is for now. So running the application, up here you can build and run the application if you click and hold it, say run, test, profile, analyze. But we're just simply running the application. By default, I have a simulator, iPhone XR simulator. Of course, you can add additional simulators if you don't have those on here. But I have these, and if you have your own device, you can plug in your own device and potentially demo the application on your phone or your Apple device. So the simulator is building up. What I generally like to tell people is if you're constantly using the simulator, just leave it open while you're working with Xcode, because it takes a while to build up. So as you see, it's not aligned, lined in the center as you'll see in this view. That's because there is auto layout issues. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to add constraints to it, and that's another topic I'm not going to really get into, but just to show you, there's a toolbar right here that actually there's right on the bottom right. I show you toolbar. Well, basically give you a shortcut of aligning it. You could check here if you want to horizontally align in the container. So let me do that. So you can click here, or horizontally align in the container. When referencing the container, we're talking about the view. So as you can see, you have another warning issue. So it's in yellow, so it's a warning issue. But if you see something in red, like a red exclamation point, that means it's an error, error build time, and it will not run the application. It will say build failed. So I'm just going to add a constraint here. So if I click that and add the constraint, I'll have that size constraint from there. And same thing from here. You could click on here and add that line, the constraints, or you can click. Give me 1 second. So you could control click, and drag. So you see what I'm doing? Control, click, and drag. So I can drag it from that, or control drag from here. You'll see I give you this will pop up. These are constraints. So I like that as well. That's another shortcut. So you could just center horizontally as well. But it needs a vertical position. As you can see, it needs a vertical position. So just vertically space it from the UI label. Just click on vertical spacing. And as you can see, there's no warnings. So there was warnings previously up here. It has went away now. You could build the application again. So you could stop running it, or you could just build it again and it'll tell you stop that instance. So up here you see the process is building the application. And now you see that it is aligned properly. So you could try it in a different simulator, like iPhone 8, and run it. Now, again, that's going to open up a new simulator. I mean, as you see, it's a lengthy process. Now, for my computer, I have a MacBook Pro. When you have a lot of simulators running and you're using multiple applications, it can be resource intensive. I'm very concerned about that, so I try not to keep as many simulators open. I only keep the ones open that I need. So as you can see, it's aligned as well. Center aligned. Close that out. We can come back to it. Now let's talk about connecting the view, connecting UI to code. So essentially this is a view controller. Understand that this is a view controller. Second. So if we click right here, you see that this is a view controller. And this has its own name. So if you click right there, open up the utility, and click right here, this is a class. So these view controllers, they have, for the template that it's giving you, this view controller has a associated Swift file. So if you go over to the right in the navigator area, you see that as a view controller Swift file. So what I want to do is show them both at the same time. So let me show you. Show the view, the storyboard and view controller.swift file at the same time. So if you click right here, this is the assistant editor. This is very useful. So it'll show you the storyboard and the view controller at the same time. So what we would do is I want to connect the button to the Swift file, because if you click on the button on here, it doesn't do anything. So you go control, click and drag here, and as you see it say insert outlet action or outlet collection. You'll just click and drag, leave it there, and you see here's an action. It'll change it to action because once you tap on a button, you want it to run something and do something. So action, it'll change the name to just do something. And right here it says basically give you the options on how the button can be touched: touch inside, or touch up inside, touch up outside, touch down, touch drag enter. These are all different ones. Feel free what difference you could look up what difference it makes, or you could just try it out. So just leave it as that and hit connect, and it will basically say this will be interface builder action function do something. So in here, once you tap that, do something. So what we'll have it do is print. We'll print OK, excuse me, OK button touched. So you'll see what was done. So what we'll do is we'll run the application again. Oh, I have it running on iPhone 8. Let's run it on what I have open. Okay. And let me open up the panel, the preview again. So the diagram, see the bottom right here, this is the debugger area. And you see this area right here is highlighted. So let's go back to here. And so if you click the panel right here, I have both opened up. So this is the debugger area, which is the console view. So once we click on it, it should log. See, OK button touched. See? So tap it again, OK button touched. So now you have connected UI to code. Now let's say for instance if I wanted to change the label. Now we have to connect the label to code. So let's connect that to code. Control click. Outlet is put hello label. Well, this is very bad name and do something. So what I like to do is I'll leave it. Leave it there. So I have the hello label. What I want to do is I want to change the text of hello world. We're going to have it say something else. So what we're going to do is we're going to reference that label say hello label. So you see the good thing I like about Xcode that auto completes. It shows the type and the variable. So hello label, it's of type UI label. And if you type dot, it'll show up everything else built into the UI kit. And this wouldn't work if we got rid of UI kit. So you'll have issues. So it wouldn't see nothing pops up, and it's basically saying everything is undeclared UI label, and this is the UI button as well. So everything is having its issues. So just take that back, import UI kit, and let's reference the text, and let's change it to congrats CIS 3513. And I don't know why I put a semicolon there. I'm so used to code in other languages like Java that requires semicolons, but Swift does not require semicolons. It won't complain if you do leave it there. It will still run the same, but you do not need a semicolon. So let's run the application. See, it changed it. Change it to congrats CIS 3513. So now what we have done, we have connected the UI to code, and we had it interact with another object in the application. So that's pretty much it. What I wanted to show you guys is wanted to show you how to connect UI to code, mess around with it, and basically show you how to navigate around Xcode. Then give you like the full rundown of it, but at least you have some sort of understanding of it. So other than that, that's it.